Ever find yourself scrolling through TikTok just wondering, how in the world do people actually get followers on here? It can feel like some kind of secret code. Well, today we're going to crack that code. We're going to follow a real creator's journey from absolute zero to going viral and break down the exact steps and strategies you can use to grow.
But first things first, let's get one major myth out of the way. If you're still thinking TikTok is just a playground for dancing teenagers, you are seriously missing out on what this platform has become. The reality is way more interesting, and it all boils down to its unique culture.
And this really nails the difference. Instagram is all about that polished, perfect highlight reel. TikTok, it's the total opposite. It's built on raw, unpolished, anything-goes authenticity. In fact, trying to bring that perfect Instagram look over to TikTok is probably the #1 mistake people make right out of the gate.
Which brings us to our guide for this whole explainer, a creator named Yoav Bolstein. And trust me, he learned this lesson the hard way. Like he says here, he started out making these standard, kind of boring marketing videos, and crickets. They went absolutely nowhere. He was missing a huge piece of the puzzle.
And that leads us to this kind of weird but essential idea. The TikTok paradox. It's this totally counterintuitive rule of the platform where, honestly, the less produced your stuff feels, the better it does. Success here is all about letting go of that need for perfection and just embracing what's real.
Digital marketer Ori Mintz just says it perfectly. When you're scrolling and you see something that looks too slick, your brain immediately screams, ad. And what do we all do with ads? We swipe away, instantly. On TikTok, content that feels like an ad is pretty much a death sentence for your views.
So who are you making this authentic stuff for? Well, the numbers here might actually surprise you. That whole teenager app stereotype, forget it. A massive 72% of users are over 20. And get this, more than a third of them are over 30. This isn't a kid's app anymore. It's a mainstream platform where adults are the main audience.
Okay, so you're convinced. You get the culture. Now what? Let's get practical. We're going to walk through the absolute first steps to setting up your account so it's ready for growth from day one. All right, let's run through the basics real quick. The first couple of steps are obvious, but here are 2 things that are absolutely non-negotiable. Use a real photo of your face, not a logo. People connect with people. And your bio needs to be crystal clear. Tell people exactly what you're about in a sentence. The rest is just good housekeeping, linking up your other accounts.
So, the moment you're set up, you're going to face your first big strategic choice. Do you go with a personal account, which is the default, or do you switch over to a business account? The answer really matters for your content strategy.
It all boils down to a really simple trade-off. A personal account gives you access to the entire library of trending songs and sounds, which is absolutely crucial for jumping on trends. A business account, on the other hand, gives you these powerful analytics, but because of copyright, it locks you out of most of that popular music. So, it's trends versus data. So what's the pro move here? Well, a really common strategy is to start personal. Use all the trending sounds you want to get that initial growth and build an audience. Then, once you've got some momentum, you flip the switch to a business account to get all that juicy data. And the best part? You're not locked in. You can switch back and forth anytime you want. All right, now for the really fun part. You're set up, you get the culture. How do you actually make a video that stops someone mid-scroll? Let's dissect the anatomy of a viral hit. Let's go back to Yoav because this is the rule he didn't get at first. People on TikTok are scrolling at lightning speed. Your video doesn't have a minute to get interesting. It has like 3 seconds, tops. If you don't hook them right away, poof, they're gone forever. So how do you actually build that hook? You've got a few options. You can start with a total surprise that jolts them out of their scrolling trance. You can use powerful emotional words like secrets or mistakes. You can ask a direct question they'll want the answer to. Or you can just promise them a great story. Whatever you do, make a promise in those first few seconds, and then spend the rest of the video delivering on it. And this right here perfectly illustrates that whole authenticity thing. You do not need a film crew or a fancy studio. Yoav points out that your best, most viral content is probably just sitting in your phone's camera roll right now. Find a photo or a short clip that's funny or emotional or surprising and just tell the story behind it. That's the stuff people really connect with.
I mean, Yoav's journey is the perfect case study. He started with those polished videos,
total failure. He started getting a little traction just sharing his real life as a nomad. But the breakthrough, the big one, came from something completely unique and authentic to him. During his military reserve duty, he started a simple series called Single Soldiers. And boom, the very first video just exploded to over 100,000 views.
Getting one viral video is an amazing feeling, but it can also feel like a total fluke. The real game, the real challenge, is turning that one-time hit into consistent long-term growth. So, what do you do next?
Just imagine it. Your phone is blowing up. You hit 100,000 views. It's an incredible feeling. But this exact moment is where strategy becomes everything. You cannot let that precious momentum just die out.
Here is the exact playbook. Step 1, figure out why that video worked. Was it the format, the topic, the style? That's your gold. Step 2, do it again. Make more videos that follow that same winning formula. And finally, step 3, brand it. Give the series a name, like Single Soldiers. It makes it memorable and tells people, hey, there's more of this coming, so they hit that follow button.
Now, beyond just making a series, there are a few other key habits for keeping that growth engine running. You have to be consistent. Try to post at least 3 times a week. You must add captions to every single video. So many people watch on mute. Use a smart mix of big, popular hashtags and smaller niche ones. And please, engage with your comments. Building a community is just as vital as making the content itself.
So, we've covered the culture, the setup, the content, and the growth tactics. But all of that is powered by one final and honestly most crucial element. And that's the creator's mindset.
And here is the hard truth, straight from Yoav. There is no magic bullet. TikTok is a marathon, not a sprint. It is a journey of trial and error. You have to experiment, see what connects with your audience, and learn from the things that flop. It took him months to figure it out, and you have to be ready for that same journey.
And here is a fantastic little pro tip that really reinforces that idea of patience. After you finish editing a video, don't just slam that publish button. Step away for a few hours. When you come back to it with fresh eyes, you'll be amazed at the little mistakes you catch and the new creative ideas that pop into your head.
So it all comes back to that one core idea, authenticity. Real stories, real moments, not polished perfection. As we've learned, the source material for your next great video, maybe even a viral one, is probably sitting in your camera roll right now, which really only leaves one final question.